So, okay, OpenAI just went and dropped GPT 5.3 Codex Spark, and honestly, the hype is real this time. They're running this thing on custom hardware from Cerebras. It's all about getting insane speed for live coding. We're talking 1,000 tokens per second, which is wild, even for these big frontier labs. You ever hit that lag with regular agents and just want the answer now? That's the problem Spark is trying to kill. Just real quick, I'm Daniel. I've been living in the iOS trenches for over 8 years. Started out freelancing, working with clients, bouncing between all sorts of projects. But after Dub 25, I went all in on solo dev life. Since then, I've crafted over 10 of my own apps, started building everything in public, and honestly, right now, pretty much all my energy goes into making this solo studio into something that lasts, not just another round of quick MVPs or AI slop, the kind of apps that actually scale up. And yeah, I'm sharing every bit of that on Crafters Lab. It isn't just another tutorial site or some AI clone farm. This is my actual home base. It's for solo devs who want to use AI like a real teammate, not like a vending machine. If you're serious about leveling up, building with care, and making apps that actually last, you'll feel right at home. And yeah, if you're still hanging on with Patreon, huge thanks. But heads up, everything's have moved over to crafterslab.dev. That's where it's all happening now. So come be part of the crew. Would love to have you building with us. First up, let's be real. Most of solo devs are bouncing between code, docs, and a chat window. And if you use agents like Kimi or Claude, you know how brutal it is when your coding flow gets interrupted. Spark is all about speed. But, and here's the catch, you're trading a little bit of brain power for that instant response. This isn't the frontier Brainiac model, but you honestly don't need that for every single job. Sometimes you just want to iterate, ship, and move on, right? That's where Spark actually makes sense. I've already seen it. Classic Codex takes its sweet time planning, shuffling files, mapping out the build, while Spark is already running the code and testing stuff before the other model even picks a directory. There's a performance drop, sure, but if you're using sub agents or running a big agentic workflow that's all about divide and conquer, having something that can just go is a huge win. It's like having a speedy internal, not always the sharpest, but gets stuff moving fast. And honestly, the bigger trend, all these labs are quietly pivoting to focus on coding. General AGI talk is out. Now it's all about which model ships code the fastest and which one powers agentic systems you can actually trust with real tasks. So here's the part that gets fun if you're into building your own agent stack. Codex Spark is perfect for firing up a bunch of sub agents. You know, when you've got well-defined tasks like write tests, clean up these files, run a quick refactor. It's not meant to be the brains of the operation, but it's the engine that makes your session fly. I've played with these setups where you've got the main agent thinking deep, maybe even a Gemini or a Claude in the mix. And then Spark's just hustling in the background, doing the busy work, running benchmarks, finishing features in the background. The cool bit, because it's built for speed, you actually get this real-time, almost pair programming vibe, but it's you plus like 5 interns who never stop. But yeah, don't expect Spark to blow your mind with wild reasoning or long form planning. That's for the heavy hitters. For me, I'll keep the frontier models for big architecture calls and Spark for the everyday shipping. Now let's talk limits. Spark only gives you 128,000 tokens of context, smaller than the flagship GPT 5.3 Codex, which means you can't just dump your whole repo and expect it to remember everything. But honestly, do you ever really need all that? If you're structuring your agent stack smart, you use Spark for the short, punchy stuff and keep the bigger models on standby for the context-heavy calls. And, you know, all of this runs on custom hardware, which is a huge move for OpenAI. Purpose-built Cerebras chips, cutting round-trip times, streaming code back at wild speeds. If you've ever been burned waiting on a slow agent when you just want to see results, you get how much this changes the vibe. Right now, it's just for ChatGPT Pro, and honestly, that's probably because they can't roll this out to everyone yet. Hardware is expensive, supplies limited, so this is a bit of a preview mode, but it's a glimpse of what's coming for real-time agent workflows. So for me, it's not the, wow, this model will build my whole app moment. It's more like, finally, a tool that fits the messy, fast, multi-agent indie workflow. Not perfect, but it gets out of your way when you need it to. So yeah, if you're still hanging out, you're a legend. This stuff is moving so fast, it's honestly hard to keep up. But if you care about flow, if you want to build with agents that actually keep up with you, Spark's worth a look. And, if you want to actually go deeper, check out crafterslab.dev. It's not just some tutorial dump. It's not another AI clone farm. It's honestly my home base. I built it for solo devs who treat AI like a real teammate, not just a button you smash when you're stuck and, it's packed. You get full walkthroughs, like actual short video tutorials, a ton of Claude code skills, and yeah, resources means straight up downloadable zips you can drop right into your project. Members get to actually riff in the comments, ask follow-ups, go back and forth, and yeah, that's just the start, because the real core is the Notion team spaces, my live playbook. Members get a front row seat to my command center, every app I'm building, all the .md files I'm actually using on real projects, the prompt library, the docs I'm writing as I go, and all the automations I'm wiring up behind the scenes. There's a full curated Swift and Swift UI library team space too, not just some pile of old auto-generated files, but real up-to-date stuff. It's packed with the kind of deep dive keynotes and private talks I paid some $100 for, honestly. You won't find any of this in the public training data. This is all the modern real world code I use myself to fine tune models and build out my own custom MCPs for Claude Code, for Cursor, all of it. There's a bunch of different ways to use it, and I'm always experimenting, always posting about it in the lab. And then there's Ops Lab. It's where I build and share all my Notion, AI agent instructions, Notion templates, the Claude code skills, the workflows, automations, all wired up and ready for you to copy, tweak, totally break, and make your own. The whole point is to keep the indie stack connected so you don't feel like you're building in a silo, even if you're solo at the keyboard. So, yeah, if you want to get in before it gets busy and prices start moving, now's kind of the sweet spot. The crew's still small, super hands-on, and honestly, it feels way more like a behind-the-scenes dev lounge than some giant faceless forum. Would love to see you in there. Swap some stories, maybe even learn something from what you're building next. So yeah, keep building, keep crafting, and don't let the agents run the whole show. Peace.